Hi, this is Will, your online brain training and self-image expert, here today with day 10 in our 21-day series. And I'm actually recording today, day 10, on day 9 because tomorrow I'm not going to have access to this setup to be able to record a video. So I'm planning ahead to make sure that I can fulfill on the things that are really important to me. So this applies to your elephant in the room because oftentimes when we've got that sticky area that we're not dealing with, that isn't moving, we fly by the seat of our pants. We rely on no plan, and we hope that we're going to get it done. That doesn't work very well. If you have an elephant in the room, you've got to make a strategic plan to get it out of the room. I mean, if you literally think of an elephant in a regular sized room, how are you going to get it out? You can't just walk out of the front door. You can't just take it out the window. You can't shrink it down. You've got to make a real strategic plan. And I know that's a silly example, but it still applies. With your elephant in the room, what's your strategic plan? What are you looking forward into the future to deal with that effectively on? Are you planning properly? Are you, as the term is used all the time, setting yourself up for success? So for example, if it's in your finances, what's your long-term plan? Do you have a plan for when you're standing in the store and you really want to buy that thing that's way too expensive? Do you have a plan for how you're going to deal with that situation? And I use the term a lot, pre-deciding or priming, where you say, I'm going to do this at this, if it's meditation, I do it at the same time every day for the same amount of time, so that decision is already made in my mind. I've already set up that structure or that plan. What structures and plans do you have in place thinking into the future to make it easier on yourself to deal with that elephant in the room? So for me with this fundraiser, I make these videos every day. It's non-negotiable, and I also share with 10 people every day. Now, I've fallen off that a little bit. I'm not quite doing 10 people every day. I have a little bit of catch up to do. And there's another big point. If you make a big plan, when you make your plan, and if you fall off that plan, don't beat yourself up. I spent a little bit of time this morning and then time yesterday beating myself up that I'm behind on the amount of people I need to share with, that I said that I would share with. That goes nowhere. It accomplishes nothing, especially if you deal with things like depression, or you downward spiral a lot, or anything like that. The more you beat yourself up, like I said in the last video, the more you go down that same emotional pathway, that same emotional state, and you cannot address the issue properly. So all you're doing when you beat yourself up is saying, I'm committed to this problem staying in my life. I'm just going to say that again. The more you beat yourself up, the more you're declaring to yourself and others that I want this area to stay exactly as it is. It's a little bit of a different way of thinking. Normally we think if we beat ourselves up, that means we actually are trying to show people that we're committed to it changing. I know that was my MO for most of my life. See how bad I feel about this? That means I'm really, really wanting it to change. But that's not actually the case. The reality of it is that the more you beat yourself up, the more you're committed to it never ever changing. So, if you really want to eat that elephant in the room, if you really want to move forward, you've got to change the way you feel about it and the way you approach it. And the only way to do that is to change your emotional state. So like I said in the last video, eat some better food, go for a run, meditate, do whatever you have to do to feel good. And I've already given you lots of ideas in these videos for your own daily routine to create. And I'll probably do a video on that tomorrow, specifically about what kind of routine can you make to feel good all the time so you can actually address that elephant in the room. So, make your plan. Stick to your plan. If for whatever reason you falter from your plan, don't beat yourself up. Allow yourself to feel good so you can continue that motivation to take action and deal with that elephant in the room. See you tomorrow for day 11.